Hey everybody, Doug8798 here. This is my rant on Magnus haters. Now I've been watching a lot of videos here on YouTube. Well, I recently just watched Wrestling Jesus's video on Magnus. He did several reasons why Magnus sucks. I didn't agree with it, and I've been seeing several comments everywhere, people criticizing TNA for trying to push Magnus as a main eventer. In my opinion, I think that sucks because I think Magnus is was I think Magnus has been misused for a great period of time, and I'm a huge Magnus fan. And before I start, I've been a huge fan of Magnus since I first saw him in 2008. Since I saw him in 2008 on the since I heard he was coming to TNA, and I saw him on the UK Gladiators show, the UK version of the American Gladiators here in America. And I thought he was pretty cool as Oblivion. Then when I heard he was coming to TNA, I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Then I saw him in his debut match with Shark Boy. I thought that was a pretty good TV match. Shark Boy got in some good offense, and Magnus dominated him and beat him like he should have. And I love Magnus's Gladiator, his earlier Gladiator gimmick. Then of course they put him in a tag team with what's the guy's name again? Douglas Williams, the British Invasion. I love this. I didn't like the World Elite stable. I liked Eric Young as his leader, but I didn't like the World Elite stable. But I did love Douglas Williams and Magnus as a tag team. I thought they were an awesome tag team. They had awesome matches with the Dudley Boys, or Team 3D, Beer Money, the Motor City Machine Guns, and an awesome match with Morgan and Hernandez, whom they lost the tag team championships to. Then of course, when Douglas Williams split and won the X Division championship, Magnus of course got lost in the shuffle. He jobbed to Rob Terry, which I didn't like. He jobbed to Rob Terry in a quick fashion, which I didn't like. Then of course, he finally found his calling again. He got put into a tag team with Desmond Wolfe, who was moved down the card because he was being hard to work with, and of course had that illness which eventually ended his career. And I love this tag team. The tag team of Desmond Wolfe and Magnus, they were funny, and I was looking forward to them reforming the British Invasion with Douglas Williams and Magnus turning face. But of course, different plans, different change in plans with the debut of Crimson, the new main event Mafia, and the Nash and Booker T not returning, and AJ Styles and them turning face, led to Magnus once again being lost in the shuffle. And I thought it was just a matter of time before he got released, and I thought that was a shame because this guy, in my opinion, was a pretty good wrestler, in the ring. He's a good wrestler. Not as good as Douglas Williams, his tag team partner, but pretty damn good. He's a good wrestler for a guy his size. And I think he's very charismatic. He has the look. Yes, you need to have some muscle. You need to have some size on you. You don't have to be a roided up freak, but you need to have some size, or you need to have some muscle. And I think he does have charisma. He reminds me of Lex Luger's Narcissus gimmick and Chris Masters, who Lex Luger wasn't that good, but I thought he was a super awesome performer. And I thought Chris Masters was an awesome underrated wrestler, just like Magnus. And I think Magnus has what it takes to be a main eventer. I hate how people are criticizing him. I think he has a total package, and he's young, and I think he's been, like a lot of TNA wrestlers, he's been misused for a long time now. But I'm going to continue with his career. Then of course, Magnus. Then they put him in a tag team with Joe, which I also liked. I liked the story between them two guys who have nothing in common, who don't get along, were put in a tag team. And they dominated and gave some restoration to the tag team division in TNA. In my opinion, the tag team division in TNA hasn't been that good since has not been really that good since Beer Money broke up. It really hasn't been that good since tag teams like Triple X got disbanded and the Naturals got released. But that's my opinion. But going back to what I'm saying, so yeah, and I love the tag team. Then of course I love their split. They were going to develop Magnus as a heel. Then, of course, out of nowhere, which I was surprised by, they turned him face. I didn't think he turned face so quickly. Then they had him leading the fight. Then they had him as a leading member of the Aces and Eights. Then the new main event Mafia, which at first I thought was going to be stupid, but then when I saw it, it was pretty good. I love Magnus and what you call it, looking like a main eventer. Um, then of course, then of course, he had that match with Sting, which thought was good, but I didn't think it was really needed. I didn't think Magnus really needed a match to put him over. In my opinion, he just needed to be booked strongly for the next couple of months and continue to be a major player. And I thought he would be a shoo-in to win the heavyweight championship. Did his match with AJ Styles. I knew AJ Styles was gonna win, so I was disappointed, but I wasn't that disappointed. I knew AJ Styles was gonna win their match at No Surrender, but I guess I wanted Magnus to win because I wanted to develop a new star. In my opinion, first off, AJ Styles, in my opinion, well, if anyone who's followed this channel before, you've seen my AJ Styles rant. I'm a huge AJ Styles fan, but I think that guy's a mid-carder. I think in major companies like TNA, WCW, WWE, and WWE, I think AJ Styles is a mid-carder. On the independent circuit, Japan and Mexico, AJ Styles is a main eventer, as you can see right now. I love what they're doing with AJ Styles now, his new character, and I love what they're doing with the title, but I just, like I said, I just don't consider that guy he's a top guy, but not a main event material, and should not be the number one TNA guy. I think people like Magnus should be the number one TNA guy. Well, like I said, this was just my rant on Magnus haters. I'm sick of people criticizing Magnus. This is what people want. They get sick of seeing former WWE guys. They get sick of seeing former WWE stars, former WWE stars who end up in TNA, who get released and end up in TNA, and but they get fed up with released WWE wrestlers ending up in TNA and getting pushes, but they still whine and complain when young good stars like Magnus, like Crimson get the top spots, and cheer people like AJ Styles, who in my opinion is not main event material. That's just my opinion. I'm just sick of it. Well, this was my rant on Magnus haters. I think Magnus has what it takes to be a top TNA guy. Like I said, I think he's good in the ring. He has charisma. He has a total package. He has the body. He's big, but he's pretty good in the ring. Something most big guys aren't. And I love his moveset. I love everything about him. All right, Doug 8798 out.